Netflix transformed itself into the first superstar streaming service. For years, Netflix had complete access to the best product from all the Hollywood studios. Its unparalleled success in attracting subscribers across the globe then gave it massive budgets to create original programming exclusively for Netflix. Netflix grew at an unprecedented rate when it had no competition for the consumer's wallet. But now there's Disney+, HBO Max, Prime Video, and many other streaming services. Netflix's days of being unchallenged are over. This year, the stock has taken a beating. In April, Netflix witnessed the worst session in 2 decades, as the company lost over 35% of its value in just a few hours, after reporting a sharp loss in the subscriber base. Many investors are worried about whether that's the new normal for Netflix going forward, or if it can return to its pre-pandemic average of about 25 million to 30 million net additions per year. Despite all this, Netflix is still the biggest streaming service with over 225 million subscribers worldwide, and the company has a budget of over $20 billion a year to fund its own content. Netflix is also looking to create a new source of revenue. The Stranger Things streamer announced that it was planning on rolling out an ad-supported tier after years of resisting the move. Netflix has named Microsoft as its partner for its ad-supported service. Microsoft has the proven ability to support all our needs as we together build a new ad-supported offering, Netflix COO Greg Peters said in a statement. Netflix had been interviewing potential partners for the past several months, including Google and Comcast, as it prepares to launch the tier before the end of 2022. Unlike Google, Microsoft doesn't operate a competing streaming service to Netflix. CEO Reed Hastings has long been opposed to adding commercials or other promotions to the platform, but said during the company's pre-recorded earnings conference call that it makes a ton of sense to offer customers a cheaper option. Overall, the executive surmised that the consumer experience is going to be very good relative to ad-supported streaming in the future, citing the flexibility and fluidity of streaming relative to the rigidness of traditional TV. However, ad tiering could serve as a way for consumers across all income brackets to extend their streaming budget by trading down to subscribe to an additional service, benefiting Netflix's competitors much more than Netflix itself. Netflix's primary means of growing its subscriber base in unprecedented markets is to invest heavily in content and marketing. That means more European, Japanese, Korean, and Indian series and films. The good news for Netflix investors is that audiences all over the world have learned to enjoy more international content. See the success of last fall's Squid Game for an example of how Netflix can make content intended for just the South Korean market turn into a massive global phenomenon. What's more, local productions in Asia and Europe typically cost much less than similar productions in Hollywood, so it's a far more efficient use of the content budget for Netflix. The massive growth in streaming around the globe has led to what is being described by analysts as the streaming wars. Most agree that Netflix's dominance in the US, as well as its successful expansion worldwide, has put it in the driving seat, with few competing streaming platforms managing to keep up. This dominance is in part due to Netflix's heavy investment in originals, content that it either buys the rights to outright or produces itself in order to be able to broadcast it in all global regions. Netflix is also spending big on individual comedians, especially if they're well-known and can draw in subscribers. The company paid Chris Rock $40 million to produce 2 comedy specials, and paid Dave Chappelle $60 million for a 3-part stand-up special. The streaming giant is spending a massive amount of money on research and development. In 2021, the company spent over $2.2 billion in this category, constituting an 18% increase over its 2020 R&D spending. Overall, Netflix seems to be an innovator, and the future looks very bright for the company. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. World of Finance TV has videos every Monday and Friday.